You guys, the prompt is the next thing. If you're not on, get on, okay?
Welcome to the prompt. Our blessing is great, and I'm here to inspire you. Don't forget to like, share, and subscribe. Today I'm here with
your girl Helen. Hi.
Hello, Helen. It's a great honor to have you here. So, Helen, what do you do? For some of us who don't.
Okay, I'm a media personality. I'm a presenter, producer, voiceover artist, event host, all that.
All right. You do so many things, So let's talk about the core. Like, what exactly do you say that, okay, this is what brought me here?
Presenting, really. Like, presenting has gotten me. When I was working at first, I was just behind the scenes, floor managing, producing. Then eventually, like, presenting was, now I grew up to be a presenter. So presenting is what has really brought me to where I am.
Okay, so obviously, let's say one of the times that you realized that you wanted to do journalism and presenting, like, how's the storyline from childhood and, to actually doing it?
I don't have a story where I watched this person and then I was inspired. I literally just wanted to be a journalist since I was young. I remember one time in class, they told us to draw about what you want to be when you grow up, primary school. I drew this lady reading news. And that was like, I just used to say, I'm going to be a journalist, until later on in life when my sister did journalism. And I was still in high school then. My brother just said, no, you can't both study journalism, so you have to think of something else. Can you study law? Because I liked debate. So I was saying, you need to study law. So I'm like, okay. I started thinking it in my head. I'm like, I'm going to be a lawyer. But when I finished high school, everything I was doing was just taking me to journalism. I just said, you know what? I'm going to apply in school and I want to study journalism because this is what I want to do. So yeah, that's where it started from.
All right, no, that's good. So let's talk about news and entertainment, because when you talk about journalism, we always think it's always news, but you gave me a different aspect of where you're not really a news person, but an entertainment. So could you please tell us about that?
Yeah, when I went to study journalism, the time I was actually going into school, I had already started doing some voluntary work with ZNBC. I was helping out on Smooth Talk. So then when they sent us for internship, I was sent to work in the newsroom. I worked in the newsroom from 2012 my internship, 2013 voluntary. But I wasn't like, it was more of something that I had to really push it for me to come out good for me. And I don't like not to do well. My supervisors liked me.
Mm-hmm.
I did my best, but I just felt like every morning when I woke up, I'm like, am I going to do this the rest of my life? I can't. It's just too stressful for me. But when I'm doing something to do with entertainment, it just used to come naturally. Production just used to come out naturally. So I was happy when they introduced the entertainment department and we were one of the first people they employed. Even when they dismantled the department, we were sent to a different department. We were still told to continue with entertainment. And I like that. We'll do hard news, you do hard productions, but then your shows, your main shows are all entertainment. And for me, that's where my strength is. My strength, I can do a news package, I can do a news report, but that's not where my strength is. My strength is entertainment. So I decided to say, I'm going to specialize in this. I'm going to just form this.
All right. So how's the conversation with ZNBC or your partners, and where you're like, you know what, I think now I want to go to my own, lane?
When I was leaving ZNBC, okay. Like a lot of people had like mixed feelings. Like I remember my supervisor then, Inutu Imanje, she literally called me for 20 minutes to ask me to revert my decision, because she was like, it's hard out there, because like people are afraid to leave like employment that pays you month, and then you're just going to say, I'm going to hustle. So I remember she called me for like 20 minutes telling me, think about it, think about your daughter. You just had a daughter, you know, do this and that. But I had already made up my mind and I just wanted to be alone because I felt like I worked for ZNBC and I do appreciate the time I spent there because everything I learned, everything I know, I learned it from there. But then I felt like I reached a ceiling and I'm not, this is it, I'm done. But I wanted to do more. I needed time alone. And also I needed time to be at home and be with my daughter. So that for me was like very important for me to just say, I need to leave. I need to think. I need to move on. I need to do something. Because when I start, I don't like forcing myself to do something. I want to wake up and be happy to do something. So when I feel like every day I have to go for work at 8 and I have to do that routine, it was just now getting to me. I felt like I won't give the people that watch me enough. Now I have to move on and do something else because it shows your creativity just slows down and it starts showing to the people that are watching.
Yeah.
So yeah.
All right.
Yeah.
So let's talk about Candid and also Unwrapped, which are your shows and your ideas. And, you know, tell us about how the partnerships from previous jobs and previous things helped you to get where you are now.
Okay, you know, like everything, the people that you meet every day, we are privileged to meet people that you will not meet if you're just like out there.
Mm-hmm.
But so those are the people that you use as connections. Some people advise you. Some people I've interviewed have given me like some of the best advice that I use up to today. And so I don't take that for granted. A lot of times when I meet somebody, I don't want to look down on them or just judge them. I want to listen, and you learn. Sometimes you find that you learn from the least expected person. And so I've met a lot of people that have given me the exposure, that have opened up my mind, that have encouraged me, and even given me the courage to take the step that I took, and now where I am today.
You know, talking about, you know, another angle, you know, that's from the conversation that we had, you're like, you know, the whole point of your show is to show a different perspective on an artist or a person. So could you please elaborate on that?
Yeah, you know, I was telling you that I felt like there is so much negativity when it comes to local celebrities. And I feel like if we don't uplift our local celebrities the way they're supposed to be treated, the people out there, we want them to export their talent. How do we export a talent that we don't appreciate locally? So I felt like they needed a platform where they can express themselves fully, where people can get to understand them from a different angle, whether this person is an actor, whether this person is a singer. They should be able to see that they're actually humans and this is who they are. When they're on stage, this is who they are. But also, I'm hoping they can be inspired and learn from these people. And sometimes we just see negative posts and these people are not given a platform or a chance to be able to express themselves. So I thought this is a platform where you are free. If you want to clarify a rumor, you're free. You want to inspire somebody with your story, you're free to come and share that story on this platform. And hopefully people can look at you in a more positive way.
Mm-hmm. And you know, you also talked about, you know, you don't only look at local acts, but also international people, you know. So could you also talk about that and, you know, how it has been meeting some of the people that you used to look after and inspire to, and they're like, wait, what? I'm now looking at this person and talking to them, they know my name.
Yeah, it's interesting. It's fun, you know. Like there's some people I can mention that were so, you know, because sometimes when people are so big, they have a big name, they're arrogant. But then there are people that I've met that were so nice, and you're thinking, wow, did I just meet this person? Did I just chat with this person? That is exciting. I remember the first interview I ever did for an international artist, that wasn't for like my show. That was for Smooth Talk. I met Ice Prince. That time Ice Prince was big and is doing big things. I was excited and he was so cool and I enjoyed interviewing him. Also, Dr. Malinga, the South African who died, he was so good. We sang together, I interviewed him. We had fun during the interview. So those are some of, even Dr. Benjamin Due, I interviewed him on my show, Unwrapped with Hellen. And it was so cool, nice, and these are people that they're talking to you like a friend. So that's humbling. That's like a humbling, for me, that's a humbling situation. If somebody looks at you and they respect the fact that you're there to interview and they respect what you're doing, that's huge. I don't take that for granted.
Yeah.
I try to not put my husband and my daughter too out there, because sometimes people can be so negative about me and I just don't want it to touch them. It's better, it's me who is doing the job that's putting me in front of the camera, and I'd rather it ends here.